Good morning, and it is morning. It's a cold morning. Thanks for coming back to the channel. This is going to be a rant because I'm very angry about finding out about this. For those of you that have been following my channel for the last 8 years, because that's how long I've been doing this, you know that one, I'm a patriot in the pure sense of the word. I will say that anyone who violated our nation's capital, I don't care what flag they were wearing, I don't care what patch they had on, they were not patriots. They were not, at best, they were just gangs of thugs and they were smelling themselves. A patriot, well, go look it up. Look up the definition of patriot. Second, I'm a strong oath keeper in the purest sense of the word. I was an oath keeper before Oath Keeper organization was even born. As a matter of fact, I've been an oath keeper before Rhodes was born, the guy that just now got convicted. Now, whether I agree with that conviction or not is irrelevant. He participated in an activity that made him not a patriot, period. And anyone that follows him, you are not a patriot. You are just one level above being a criminal. I became an oath keeper when I got my wings and bars in the U.S. Army, and I swore to protect the Constitution, not a person, not a position, the Constitution of the United States from all enemies, foreign and domestic. Now, having prefaced all this morning, it was published in many outlets that a president of this country who is still alive advocated the suspension of the Constitution because he didn't win an election. Now, that it set me off. The highest position in this country is the presidency, and those words should never come out of the mouth of anyone, regardless of party, anyone who sits in that chair. And anyone who follows someone who says those words, suspend the Constitution because I didn't win, is a fool. Is a fool. And I don't know what your motivation is, if you agree with that, but you're a fool nonetheless. Nonetheless. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that some folks at Twitter, for example, during the election, did some kind of throttling back of the Hunter Biden story or information about that. It doesn't matter. That does not justify the words suspend the Constitution to come out of the mouth of anyone who has sworn to protect this country from all enemies, foreign and domestic. And I would say, anyone who says those words is an enemy of the Constitution of the United States, and it's my job as an oath keeper to defend this country and the Constitution against that person or anyone who supports that person. So, think carefully. Think carefully about what comes out of your mouth. Think carefully. Think carefully about who you support. Right? It is the Constitution of this country, and it is the best Constitution of all in the world. And we are the only country in the world that has the longest lasting written Constitution, period. Now, our Our neighbors to the north in Canada will say, well, they have a Constitution, Bill of Rights. Bullshit. They've never had a Constitution. And as long as they have, and they don't have real Bill of Rights. Why? Because the government can say, yeah, you have a right to free speech until we decide we're not going to let you do that. It's a get out of jail free card for government. We don't have that. And that is what frustrates leaders of parties in our country, leaders, presidents, both parties, all parties, get frustrated. Congress gets frustrated because the rules of the Constitution does its job. It keeps people from being stupid. It forces things to take time by intent. It doesn't matter. Take the Bill of Rights. It doesn't matter that, 70%, 80% of the people feel a certain way. It doesn't matter what the feelings are. The Constitution says what it says. Whether that's the First Amendment, Second Amendment, Third, it doesn't matter. What matters is the Constitution is the law. It will always be the law until and unless enough people change it. And that's not going to happen quickly. And that frustrates people because they believe the country ought to go a certain way. Now, I'm a Second Amendment person. It's not a hobby, right? I don't hunt. I don't do anything. The right to self-defense, and country defense. That's why I support the Second Amendment. And I have no problem in using the Second Amendment right that I have to enforce my oath to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Now, now we got an election coming up. Presidential election coming up. And this person says he is going to run in 2024. If you decide that you want to support financially or vote for a person like that who wants to take away it is your constitutional right because they didn't win a fucking election, you are a fool. You probably need to go to some other country where you can be treated the way you feel. Right? So, give some thought to that. Because I'd hate to meet you on the battlefield defending the Constitution of the United States of America. Now, if you like the content of this channel, and you have not subscribed, please do. If you want to comment, please put your comments down below. And as always, thanks for watching, and carry on.